strange creatures that live in the Himalayas. Hidden among the snow-capped peaks and the most remote valleys in the world, the Himalayas hold secrets that defy imagination. From animals that seem straight out of a fantasy tale to beings shrouded in ancient legends, in this video, we will progressively explore the most terrifying creatures that inhabit or have been sighted in this mysterious region. Remember, we'll start with the least frightening and gradually build up to the most terrifying of all. Number 7. We begin this list with the least terrifying animal of all, an animal adapted to survive in the most inaccessible habitats. In this spot, we have the takin. The takin is a robust and fascinating mammal that has captured scientific and cultural interest. Its coat, which varies from reddish-brown to golden or even creamy white depending on the region, allows it to blend into the forests and alpine landscapes of the Himalayas. This animal can grow up to 2 meters long, reach a height of 1.5 meters, and weigh between 250 and 350 kilograms. Adapted to rocky terrain, it has sturdy legs and split hooves for safe movement. The takin is characterized by a large head with curved horns measuring between 30 and 60 centimeters, useful for defense and as a symbol of strength. Its dense fur protects it from the cold, while an oily secretion repels moisture and reinforces its territorial dominance through scent markings. It inhabits altitudes between 1,000 and 4,500 meters, migrating seasonally in herds of up to 300 individuals to adapt to food availability. Despite being classified as vulnerable due to poaching and habitat loss, the takin is a national symbol in countries like Bhutan, where it is highly protected. Beyond its ecological importance, the takin has a legendary origin according to local beliefs, as it is said to have been created by the divine madman, a monk who combined the head of a goat with the body of a cow. This animal stands out not only for its adaptation to the environment, but also for its connection to the culture and traditions of Himalayan communities. The takin is an animal that many find surprisingly adorable due to its peculiar appearance. But the next creature on our list is considered one of the oldest species in the world. Number 6. We turn up the intensity a little in this 6th spot to introduce an animal capable of killing you if it spots you nearby. We're talking about the Himalayan wolf. This predator, with an estimated age of 800,000 years, is much older than the North American gray wolf. Considered a dominant species in the local ecosystem, this wolf inhabits coniferous forests and highland meadows, adapted to surviving and thriving in the harshest conditions thanks to a unique genetic evolution that sets it apart from the gray wolf and other canine species. Adding to its classification as a strange creature, recent studies on its mitochondrial DNA structure confirm that this species shares no genetic relation with domestic dogs or modern wolves, positioning the Himalayan wolf as an evolutionary rarity in the canine world. However, the survival of this creature is not without challenges. Over the years, its habitat has been steadily shrinking. Its natural food sources have dwindled, and indiscriminate hunting has impacted it to such an extent that fewer than 350 individuals remain in the wild, with only 21 in captivity. Although the Himalayan wolf, with its social intelligence and persistence, can be intimidating, especially when in a pack, the next animal on this list is so stealthy that you won't see it coming. Number 5. A resident of the freezing territories surrounding the Himalayan peaks, the snow leopard holds the 5th spot on our list. Its powerful presence is felt in the highest mountains of countries such as India, Nepal, Mongolia, and China. This extraordinary animal can inhabit altitudes of up to 6,000 meters above sea level, making it one of the most resilient predators, capable of defying known survival limits in environments where only a few species thrive. Imagine walking through a mountainous trail, nearly frozen, with little oxygen, unaware that a snow leopard is lurking nearby. An animal specifically adapted to withstand the harshest winters, with its agile body covered in thick fur of a gray tone speckled with black spots, allowing it to blend seamlessly into its surroundings, remaining unnoticed by its prey. Strategically positioned within snow-covered crevices, it employs a silent and meticulous hunting technique. Launching a sudden and decisive attack, it leaps to seize its unsuspecting prey with dagger-like claws and fangs, whether human or animal, hunting creatures several times its own size. The snow leopard is an exceptional hunter, capable of jumping up to 15 meters in a single bound. Its fur-covered paws and cushioned toes allow it to move swiftly and silently over the snow, making it an unbeatable predator in the Himalayan mountains. It is especially dangerous during breeding season when pairs cooperate to hunt larger prey, ensuring sustenance for gestation and cubs. Although the snow leopard rules the heights with stealth and precision, the next creature on this list doesn't need to hide to instill fear. Number 4. Deep within the mountains of the Himalayas hides a giant whose strength and ferocity make it a true living legend. Considered a predator capable of dominating even the most inhospitable terrains, the Himalayan bear holds the 4th spot on this list. With its characteristic black fur and a distinctive V-shaped mark on its chest, this bear has earned both admirers and detractors in the regions where it dwells. An adult Asiatic black bear generally measures between 1.3 and 1.9 meters in length, with males weighing between 100 and 200 kilograms, while females weigh around 90 kilograms. Its eating habits make it the top predator in the areas it inhabits. As being an omnivore, it never misses the chance to eat whatever it deems appropriate to satisfy its voracious appetite. Its size and temperament make it fearless, often attacking humans who invade its territory or, if hungry, venturing into areas affected by human activity. Consequently, attacks have increased due to the depletion of its natural food sources caused by deforestation. This has created a negative perception among locals, who see these creatures as a threat, considering the Himalayan bear a deadly enemy. Alongside this environmental competition, cultural factors also play a role, as traditional Chinese medicine has long demanded certain organs from the Asiatic black bear, undoubtedly contributing to the decline of its population. For this reason, many bears have migrated to remote areas, settling in dense forests and mountainous regions where they find food, shelter, and protection from human predators. Fortunately, and just in time, various organizations are working on conservation programs, striving to restore their habitats and raise awareness among locals and tourists about the importance of this species. Thus, it is still possible to witness a Tibetan bear in the wild, but be warned, it has killer instincts, especially when hungry. So far, we have explored the most dangerous predators roaming the Himalayas, but the next creatures on this list will take us straight into the realm of the unknown. Number 3. Deep within the towering mountains of the Himalayas, among rocky landscapes where only the most desolate regions exist, whispers of a legend have passed from generation to generation among the locals. It speaks of a creature as enigmatic as it is imposing, whose name alone inspires terror among those who have heard of its ferocity. It is the infernal Shing Shing, a being described as an unknown abomination. Those who have encountered this creature amid the snow and cold, and have lived to tell the tale, say that it resembles an orangutan in its physical appearance and movements, yet possesses extraordinary traits that place it in a category of its own. Witnesses described the Shing Shing as having thick, nearly black fur, with piercing yellow eyes that glow fiercely in the dim, mountainous environment. Though it stands close to 3 meters tall and has an imposing build, this does not limit its astonishing agility, as it moves with ease across treacherous terrain. However, perhaps due to relentless searches by curious explorers and the relatives of its alleged victims, the Shing Shing prefers to wander through the most impenetrable mountains, deepening the mystery of its existence. Some witnesses claim to have seen it in the mountainous regions of Central Asia, while others go even further, suggesting that its migrations may have reached as far as Japan. The Shing Shing takes us to the edge of the unknown, but it is not the only creature that has spread mystery in the heights. The next being on our list goes beyond local legends. Number 2. Deep within the Himalayas, among the eternal snow and the shadows of the mountains, lies a legend that has baffled the world for centuries. Considered a vengeful guardian of the mountains, this spot belongs to the yeti. The yeti, also known as the abominable snowman, has long been a figure that blends fear and fascination. Some consider it a prehistoric remnant, while others believe it to be a spiritual guardian of sacred valleys. This enigmatic creature has been an essential part of Tibetan and Nepalese folklore. Described as a large, hairy, anthropomorphic figure, the yeti is feared for its territorial nature and immense strength. The first documented sighting by a Westerner occurred in 1832, when British explorer B.H. Hodgson described a humanoid figure with ape-like features moving swiftly among the rocks. Since then, numerous expeditions have reported sightings of bipedal footprints in the snow, with one of the most famous cases being the photographs taken by Eric Shipton in 1951, which sparked enormous international interest. For the Sherpas, the yeti is not merely a physical creature but also a guardian of nature, deeply connected to the spirits of the mountains. Though evidence of its existence remains inconclusive, testimonies and alleged traces continue to fuel speculation that something unknown roams the heights of the Himalayas. The yeti has, for centuries, been a figure shrouded in mystery and fear, but the creature that follows takes the unexplained to an entirely new level. Number 1. Deep in the Himalayan mountains, a group of scientists witnessed something that defies not only local legends but also the laws of physics. This position is not occupied by a large, hairy ape or traditional predator, but by a humanoid figure that moved in an inexplicable way. It is the Himalayan humanoid. Let me tell you its story. On September 27, 2004, at the freezing dawn of a remote Himalayan region, 5 scientists from the Indian Space Research Organization were on their second-to-last day of an expedition at the Samudra Tapu Glacier. Surrounded by snow, silence, and air as thin as it was biting, they were deeply focused on their climate studies, until their routine was suddenly shattered. A chilling scream pierced the stillness. "It's the snowman! The snowman is coming!" The cry sliced through the frozen air like a knife. The scientists, accustomed to working in extreme conditions, felt a cold shiver run through them. For a moment, they thought it was a joke, but the fear in the porter's voice left no room for laughter. Confused, they looked in the direction he was pointing, and then they saw it. From the top of a nearby hill, a humanoid figure was approaching the camp, but the strange, truly unnerving part was how it moved. It did not walk, it floated over the snow. It glided effortlessly, as if gravity had no hold on it. The creature, estimated to be between 90 and 120 centimeters tall, lacked a discernible face or visible limbs. 2 large cylindrical structures protruded from its head, reflecting metallic light in the dim morning glow. The scientists stood frozen. One of them, geologist Sunil Dar, later described the scene as unreal, as if the creature was examining us just as much as we were examining it. For 45 minutes, which felt like an eternity, the figure lingered near the camp. It made no sudden movements, no sounds, but the atmosphere was suffocating, as though the air itself had been filled with an unknown energy. Every attempt to photograph it was frantic, driven by fear and the uncertainty of whether the thing was hostile or merely curious. Then, suddenly, one of the researchers lost his composure. His scream, a mix of panic and desperation, shattered the moment. "Go away. Leave us alone." The creature reacted immediately. Without hesitation or abruptness, it began floating toward the nearby hills. Within seconds, it vanished into the morning fog, leaving the witnesses in a state of stunned terror. When they finally regained their composure, the questions poured in. What had they seen? Was it the legendary snowman, a yet unknown natural phenomenon, or something entirely beyond earthly explanation? This creature was not the robust ape described in ancient myths, but something completely different. Then, a far more disturbing theory emerged. Could it have been extraterrestrial technology, or an advanced non-human device? The Samudra Tapu Glacier encounter remains a mystery. For the scientists and porters present, the image of that floating figure is burned into their memories as one of the most inexplicable experiences of their lives. And for the rest of the world, their story is yet another piece in the vast puzzle of the Himalayas' greatest secrets. You may wonder why the #1 spot on this list represents only 80% of the terror we've explored. Let me tell you, there's more. Zone 0. Deep within the mountains of the Himalayas, among perpetual snow and landscapes untouched by time, lurks a creature shrouded in mystery. Its stories have been whispered for centuries, and its sightings defy all explanation. Are you ready to meet the ultimate winner of our list of the most terrifying creatures spotted in the Himalayas? This position belongs to the Himalayan monster. For centuries, villagers have told tales of a prehistoric beast resembling a dinosaur, wandering these mountains as if defying extinction. These stories, long dismissed as mere legend, took on a more serious tone on May 10, 1948, when the Japanese newspaper Asahi Shimbun published an article titled "Monsters of the Himalayas," shaking the public. The article described a sighting in the Balibera region of a reptilian creature approximately 27 meters long. According to eyewitnesses, the creature walked on 2 massive legs, dragged an enormous tail, and had a disproportionately large, pointed snout. Illustrations based on the witnesses' descriptions captivated the public imagination. But over time, the Himalayan reptile faded from attention, like a ghost lost in the mist. Then, in 1952, another discovery completely overshadowed its story. The same newspaper published a photograph taken by scientist Dr. Dunant, documenting massive footprints in the snow. These tracks, seemingly belonging to a bipedal creature of enormous proportions, were attributed to the yeti, the mythical, abominable snowman. The media frenzy surrounding the yeti pushed the Himalayan monster into obscurity. But in remote villages, its legend remains alive. There, by the warmth of the fire, whispers continue about a reptile that survived the passage of time, thanks to the extreme isolation of the Himalayas. Could this monster be a direct descendant of the dinosaurs, adapted to the harsh environment? Or is it merely a cultural manifestation of the mysterious forces guarding these mountains? One thing is certain. Both the Himalayan monster and the yeti symbolize the persistence of the unknown. They are reminders that the world's highest mountains still conceal secrets that defy comprehension. And you? What would you do if you encountered one of these creatures and had the chance to live to tell the tale? But remember, never venture into the Himalayas alone, as I explain in this video.